Hello everyone. So previously we had discussed about the topic, this one, singly linked list. So today we'll be discussing on the topic doubly linked list, right? So what is doubly linked list basically? Doubly linked list is a linear data structure where each node contains data, right? So where each node contains data, along with the data, a reference to the previous node and a reference to the next node. So that is the main difference between the linked list as well as the this one. Singly linked list and the doubly linked list. And the linked list, it consists of the data and a pointer which points to the next node. That's it. That's it. There is no reference for the previous node actually to the previous node. Sorry. Yeah. So whereas in the doubly linked list is a linear data structure where each node contains data. Data, it has to contain the data. Anyways, yep. A reference to the previous node and a reference to the next node. Yeah, let's consider the simple example. See here, we have the data actually. So this is the data n1. So this is the data n2 and this is the data n3. Accordingly with the definition, what it contains actually, it consists of the it consists of two reference pointers. One point to the previous node and another one points to the next node. So see, this one is previous. Previous, we don't have anything, right? So we don't have any value for the previous. So the previous pointer, the pointer, this one pointing to the previous node where we don't have anything here in this case, and another reference pointer we have which points to the next node, nothing but the n2. So this one actually, yep, the same thing for the n2 as well as n3. N3, it points to the n1, the previous pointer points to the n1 and the next pointer points to the n3. Whereas for the n3, the previous pointer points to the n2 and the next pointer points to the null actually. We don't have any value here, it points to the null. So this is the simple example for the doubly linked list actually. Not the example, this is how the doubly linked list works actually. Yep. So this one is previous and this one is the next. Uh, you can consider in that way. And head points initially to the first value, right? First node actually. And the tail points to the last value, right? So this one, I hope this is clear actually. Yep. I hope this is clear. So yeah, let's move on with the explanation part here. Unlike a singly linked list, a doubly linked list allows traversal in both forward and backward directions. Yeah. So because the doubly linked list consists of the previous node, unlike the singly linked list, so a doubly linked list allows traversal in both forward as well as the backward directions. So this is simple. Yep. Next part, or let's move on with the next further part actually. Each node knows who comes before as we have the previous pointer and who comes after it as we have the next pointer. Yeah, right. So making insertion and deletion more flexible, making insertion and deletion, making this one more flexible. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Next, let's move on with a let's try to understand the same thing with a very simple example, man. Yeah. So I'll just go with class. So doubly linked list. So this is fine, I believe. So within the doubly linked list class, let's go with the node class that represents a single element in the list. So I'll just go with the static here. This one is class node. So this is the node. Why we need node class? Because to represent a single element in the list, right? So then we'll be going with the data as usual. So to store the value of the node, and we will be going with the two pointers. One is one pointing to the previous one, previous pointer, and one is the previous pointer, and the other one is the next pointer actually, accordingly with the definition or what we discussed earlier, right? So this one will be previous, and another one will be next. Simple, extremely simple. Yep. Let's move on with the further things here. So let's go with the constructor to create a new node. So this one is node. Yep. So this is fine. Let me make this one capital N. Yeah. Yep. I need the data as the parameter, and let me assign the value. This dot data. So here, let me assign this one to the data, and we are initializing, right? So we are going with the constructor actually. So this dot previous. So let me assign this one to the null, nothing but no previous initially and no next initially as well, right? So I'll just go with the this dot next set to null. Yep, simple. Let me come out of this one entirely. So we need head actually. head points to the first node of the list. So this we have discussed, right? So I'll just go with the node head. Yep, simple. Next, let's go with a method to insert a node at the end of the list, right? For that, I'll be going with a insert end method. So this one consists of the parameter data actually. Yeah, this one consists of the parameter data. So I'll just go with a new node here. So this will be new node of data. Yeah, let me pass the data here. So we are just creating the new node here. So next, if the list is empty, then the new node becomes head, right? So for that, let me write the simple if condition here. If head equals null, then what we'll be doing, I'll just assign the head to new node. So this one has to show here. This is fine. And we have to exit from here. So I'll just be making use of the return statement here, right? So we'll be making use of the return statement here, right? So next what we will be doing, we have to start from the head, right? So I'll just go with node temp equals, I'll just go with the head actually. So we have to traverse till the last node, meaning I'll just go with the while loop here. So this one will be temp dot next. If it is not equal to null, then within the while loop, so let me assign the temp to temp dot next. Yep, so this is fine as well. Let me come out of this one entirely. So now let's link the last node with the new node. So I'll just go with temp dot next equals, I'll just go with a new node as well as new node. So this one, new node dot previous. So we are just linking the last node with the new node actually. So this one we have to assign to the temp actually. Let me come out of this one entirely. Yep. So now let's go with the method to display list from start to end, right? So I'll just go with the void here. I'll just go with actually display forward actually, display forward, right? So this is fine. So within the display forward method, first thing we have to start from the head. Again, I'll just consider the temporary variable and let me assign this one to the head. This is fine. Next, we have to traverse and print the data. For that, I'll be considering while loop. See, I'll just go with that while temp not equal to null. Temp shouldn't be equal to null at all, right? So then only we can move forward. So let me print something for the this one interactiveness. Yep. So I'll just go with temp dot data. So I'll just leave the space here. This is fine. So let me assign temp to temp dot next. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Let me come out of this one entirely. Now let's move on with the main method. Yeah. Let's move on with the main method actually. So within the main, I'll just go with a doubly linked list. So let me make use of the variable list new again doubly linked list. So this is fine. Yep. Next, what we'll be doing, let's insert some values at the end. So by making use of the insert end method that we have already written. So this one, let me copy this one anyways. Where is it actually? This one, insert end. Yep. So I'll just come here. So this one will be list dot insert end. Let me pass the value 10 actually. Yep. So I'll just do the same thing for the next two as well. Next two or three values. Just go with the three values. This is more than enough, man. Yeah. So this one will be 20 and this one will be 30. Yep. So this is fine. Finally, let's print all the values, right? So I'll just go with the list dot display forward. Yeah. Display forward. So this is it for the code actually. Simple one. Right. So what should be the output actually? First, we have inserted 10 here by making use of the insert end. Where is it actually? Let me give here t anyways. Add t here as well. Add t here as well. Yeah. This is fine. Yeah. Let me run this one and then I'll explain. See here, we are getting the 10, 20, and 30. See, first we have inserted 10. Yeah, first we have inserted 10 and list consists of the 10. Now we have inserted the 20. So let me show you here this one. Yeah. So first we have inserted 10. This is fine. List consists of the 10. Next we have inserted 20 actually. See this one. 10 is fine. 20. So 10 points to the 20. So this is doubly linked list. The only difference here is from the single linked list is we have the previous pointer as well. So this goes like this. Yep. Next, we have inserted the 30 and we have the previous pointer along with the next pointer. So it is 30, 10, 20, and 30. So basically, traversal, it starts from the head actually, started head. So first it will print 10. Head will point to the initial node, right? So this one will be head actually. Yep, this is fine, I believe. Yep, so this is fine. Next, uh, we have print 10, then we'll move to the next, it prints 20, then we'll move to the next, it prints 30 actually, right? So the output has to be 10, 20, and 30. We have got here the absolute desired output actually. Yep, absolute correct output or the desired output, right? So now this is it for the doubly linked list one. Very simple one. Yep. Now let's discuss the real world applications. So usually doubly linked list, if you know about the browser history actually, back and the forward navigation, right, in the browser history, so this uses the doubly linked list actually. Yep. So and music or the video playlists actually, previous and the next track to move actually, when it comes to the music or the video playbacks, if you want to move to the next video or the previous video or the next this one song or the previous song, um, in the music player. So we will, for that purpose, we'll be making use of the doubly linked list. And undo and redo operations, basically undo and redo operations, basically we'll be making use of this one within the text editor actually. Yeah, undo and redo operations in the text editors or the IDEs, right? So uses basically doubly linked list. So usually very recently actually, so we had solved the LLD problem, designing the LRU cache, right? LRU cache implementation, we did that one using the doubly linked list itself, if you remember. Just mm, this one. Yesterday itself, I solved this one, LRU cache implementation actually, LLD problem, right? So we made use of the doubly linked list itself. LRU cache implementation uses doubly linked list itself. Yeah, and doubly linked list is used in the navigation systems as well. Yeah, as we can move forward and backward, right? So these are some of the real world applications of the this one doubly linked list. Yep, so this is fine, I believe. Next, let's do one thing. Let's come to the last part, time complexity and the space complexity, right? So we have made use of the two methods. One is insertion at the end and another one is display, right? So this one display forward actually, right? So for the insertion at end and the traversal, let's consider the time complexity. For the insertion at end actually, insertion at end, I'll just write it in this way. Insertion at end, the time complexity would be big of n. Why it would be big of n? Because the traversal needed to reach the last node from the starting to the end. So the traversal needed to reach the last node would be quite obviously big of n, right? Linear scan. For the traversal also, for the traversal, uh, yep, for the traversal also, it would be big of n itself. Yeah, it would be big of n because each node will be visited exactly once. Yeah, so the time complexity, if we consider insertion at end, it would be big of n. For the traversal also, it would be big of n, right? So what would be the space complexity? The space complexity would be big of n as well because extra memory will be used for previous and next pointers in each node. Yeah, extra memory will be used for the previous and the next pointers in each node. Yep. So space complexity would lead to big of n as well, right? So the time complexity and the space complexity for the doubly linked list would be big of n and big of n respectively, right? So the one disadvantage is doubly linked list trades extra memory for easy bidirectional traversal. It can be advantage and it can be disadvantage as well because it requires extra memory. The main con actually, yeah. But the advantage is that easy bidirectional traversal. So as it provides the this one next as well as the previous pointer, so we can just go with the easy bidirectional traversal. Traversal will become easy actually, easy bidirectional traversal, right? And efficient insert or delete operations as it provides two pointers, right? Previous and the next, right? So this is it for the doubly linked list. It was the simple one, right? So we have discussed the linked list, single linked list, as well as the doubly linked list, right? So next we will be discussing circular linked list, right? So for now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.